Milo, the little monkey, afraid of heights. Far away, deep inside a warm tropical rainforest, where colorful parrots sang every morning and long vines swayed gently in the breeze, there lived a little monkey named Milo. Milo had soft brown fur, bright curious eyes, a long curly tail, and tiny hands that loved holding leaves, flowers, and fruit. He loved many things. He loved listening to waterfalls. He loved eating sweet bananas. He loved playing hide and seek with butterflies. He loved making all the other little animals laugh. But there was one thing Milo did not love. He was afraid of heights. Now that might sound surprising. After all, monkeys live high in the trees. They climb, they swing, they leap from branch to branch almost every day. But not Milo. Every time he looked down from even a small branch, his tummy felt funny. His paws became sweaty. His heart started beating faster and faster. What if I fall? What if the branch breaks? What if everyone thinks I'm a terrible monkey? So while the other young monkeys laughed as they swung through the forest, Milo stayed close to the ground. He climbed only the lowest branches. He watched everyone else having adventures from below. Sometimes he smiled, but deep inside, he wished he could be brave too. Monkeys are wonderful climbers. Their long tails help them balance. Their strong arms help them swing. And many monkeys spend almost their entire lives high above the forest floor. Milo knew all of this, but knowing something and feeling brave are not always the same thing. One sunny morning, Grandma Monkey clapped her hands. Today, she announced with a smile, we're going to the mango tree. Every little monkey cheered. The mangoes are ripe, the sweetest in the whole forest, the juiciest too. Milo looked toward the tallest tree in the rainforest. It reached high into the sky. Its branches danced far above the ground. His stomach tightened. Oh no? The other monkeys were already climbing. Hop, hop, swing, laugh. Within moments, they were high among the leaves. Only Milo remained below. He pretended to study a flower. He pretended to tie a vine around his tail. Mostly, he hoped nobody would notice. But someone did. A colorful parrot named Pico landed beside him. You aren't climbing. Milo looked away. I like flowers. Pico smiled kindly. You also like mangoes. Milo sighed. I do. So, why aren't you coming? Milo whispered. I'm scared. Of climbing? Milo nodded. I'm afraid I'll fall. I'm afraid I'll freeze. I'm afraid everyone will laugh. Pico looked up into the tree, then back at Milo. You know something. What? I've seen every monkey in this forest, even the bravest ones. Especially the bravest ones. They were all scared the first time. Milo blinked. Really? Pico nodded. Bravery isn't climbing without fear. It's climbing even when your knees are shaking. Milo wasn't sure he believed him, but he wanted to. Just then, a tiny baby squirrel began crying. My kite. Everyone looked up. The little leaf kite had become tangled on a branch halfway up the mango tree. Too high for the squirrel, too low for the birds to untangle. The animals looked around. Can someone help? The older monkeys were busy on the very top branches gathering fruit. The younger monkeys didn't notice. Only Milo stood nearby. His heart pounded. I can't. I'll fall. But the little squirrel looked so sad. Pico whispered. You don't have to climb to the top. Just one branch. Then another. One little step. Milo swallowed hard. He placed one paw on the tree. He climbed onto the first branch. His heart raced, but nothing happened. The branch held him. He climbed to the second. He stopped. He took a deep breath. The wind brushed softly through his fur. The forest looked beautiful. Birds flew below the clouds. Butterflies floated through the sunlight. It isn't as scary as I imagined, he whispered. Pico smiled. Keep going. One more branch. Then another. Not
За на
fast,
33
not
такая, блядь,
perfectly,
моя дура.
just slowly, carefully, step by step. Finally, he reached the kite. Very gently,
И
he
я тоже, я в
untangled the
детстве тоже
string.
там
The
была, в этом
tiny squirrel
Марракеше, пока я
clapped with
ждала, я пришла
excitement.
быстро, я
You
как
did
всегда жду
it.
место, или вообще
Milo
как
carefully
нормальные
climbed
дети.
back
Мне
down.
ж нужно, блядь,
When his
через
feet
жопу
touched
выйти,
the
как бы,
ground,
надо побыстрее. В общем,
every
всё равно это
animal
я ждала
cheered.
его, пока он выйдет
You
в
were
Марракеше.
amazing. You were so
И там была
careful.
тетя Фри с алкоголем.
You
Я просто
helped.
смотрю, думаю, ну
Milo
нахуй, что вы
smiled.
покупаете, если думаю,
His
ну ладно,
knees
как бы,
were
почему
still
буду, если не
shaking,
хочу.
but
Там, типа,
something
купим,
inside him had
когда в городе
changed.
будем.
He
Да-да.
hadn't
В
stopped
городе,
being
блядь,
afraid.
найти ты не
He
можешь,
had
не то, что
simply
ты ничего
kept
не можешь
going
там найти. То
anyway.
есть алкоголя
The
там
next
нет.
morning,
То
Milo
есть там
climbed
3
3 branches.
заведения, то есть там
The day
заведения даже
after
не
that,
продают. Ладно, в магазинах, бог с
5.
ним.
A week
В
later,
заведениях нигде
he
не
was
продают
swinging
алкоголь.
across
Там
small
3
vines,
заведения
not
на
because
крыше в
he had
центре,
become
каком-то
fearless,
в Медине,
but
короче.
because
Там 3
every
заведения, в
tiny
которых можно
success
попить
made
пиво.
the next
Там
step
даже
a
не то, что
little
в Медине, там
easier.
везде такое. То
Soon
есть
he
вплоть до
was
того, что мы
picking
даже вышли
bananas
за
high in the trees,
центр
helping
этого, мы
birds
всё равно не
return
пили.
lost feathers to their nests, bringing coconuts
Да, и
down
там
for little animals. And every
нам
time he
сказали, что
climbed,
типа в
he
Кауфланде
remembered
можно
the
пойти
first
купить. Нет,
branch. One evening, as the golden sun disappeared behind the rainforest, Milo sat beside Grandma Monkey on a strong branch high above the forest. The air smelled of flowers.com. The leaves whispered softly. Fireflies began to glow below them like tiny stars. Grandma smiled. You've climbed so high. Milo looked down. This time, the view didn't frighten him. It amazed him. I used to think brave monkeys never felt scared, he said. Grandma chuckled. Oh, little one. The bravest monkeys are often the ones who feel afraid and choose to take one more step anyway. Milo looked across the endless green forest. He smiled. Fear hadn't disappeared, but it no longer decided where his adventures would end. He rested his head against Grandma, closed his eyes, and whispered softly, I don't have to jump the whole forest today. I only have to take the next branch. The rainforest grew quiet. The moon rose above the treetops. And the little monkey who was once afraid of heights fell asleep peacefully, knowing that courage doesn't mean never being afraid. It means taking one small step, and then another. The end.